Day 12, welcome to SnapBackBody Raw Weight Loss Camp. To sign up for our weight loss camp, go to my website at SnapBackBodyRaw.com. There is a link below. This is a 5-month program where every day I release a video showing you different raw foods and how I make them. I explain about the devices we make the raw foods on, including dehydrators and blenders and juicers and spiralizers and etc. Every week there is a live class where I will prepare a delicious meal. I will talk more about raw foods and what they do for our bodies and how we're rapidly losing this weight and healing our bodies through this raw food process. And most importantly, during our live class, you will get to ask questions and have your questions answered. And every day you will have access to our private Facebook group where you can share your successes, you can share recipes with other team members, and you can cheer each other on. So remember, SnapBackBodyRaw.com. Go to my website, sign up. On my website, you'll get more information on the program and pricing. I would love to have you. This is a 5-month program. The next 5 months will happen regardless of what you're doing. The next 5 months will happen, and during the next 5 months, you have to eat. So why not join us, be a part of this, eat with us, eat with me, eat these foods that are going to help your body to rapidly lose weight and heal, so that at the end of the next 5 months, you can say you were a part of this. You can say you were someone who did it too. Be a part of this, join. This is exciting. I want you to be here with me. I'm excited. During the first week, I lost 7 pounds. That was 7 pounds easily lost. I'm excited that you're here. Join us. So we are in day 12, and I wanted to do a check-in video. I wanted to talk to you about how I feel, because I think that's really important. For many of you, this might be the first time that you're doing a raw diet and getting this type of instruction and guidance. So welcome. I'm excited that you're here. I will see you during our weekly class so that you can ask your questions. But how I feel, day 12, I feel really good. And this feels easy. Like, I'm in the easy mode now. And the reason I say that is because a lot of us have been on diets where you're struggling through day 1 and it's hard and you're hungry and you're deprived of foods. This isn't one of those diets. As long as you have the foods near you, you have to have the foods. I've explained that every single day, the importance of having foods always with you, always having snacks and staying full. I snack on cashews every single day to stay full, because we want to stay on this diet and you want to be satisfied. So that's so important. And as long as you're doing that, you're feeling good. We're on day 12 and that's how I'm feeling. And so I just wanted to do a check-in with you and just let you know, like, I'm at the part now where I know that this 5 months that I'm in it. I mean, the first few days, it was, your day 1, your day 2. I know a lot of us have done diets where, you might start off and then you end up going down left or right lane, not down the straight lane. But this is something that we're in day 12 and I'm in the easy phase now. There's nothing to it. And honestly, every day has been the easy phase. I took you on Mother's Day with me to a restaurant with my mother, and I showed you what I brought with me in my purse, which was a raw dressing, and I brought, I think, some avocado and raw nuts. I ordered a salad, but I made sure that only the salad was on there, so I had them take off everything that they would have put on there that wasn't raw. And I added on my toppings so that I would have that full satisfied feeling, because I wanted to make sure that I looked forward to my meal while I sat at a restaurant, and I did. And so that's day 12. But this morning I got up at about 6 in the morning, and I was at the park at about 6:45 walking. I did 2 miles. I did 2 miles yesterday as well, which is good, because some mornings I hadn't had time to do 2 miles. I think a couple of mornings I did half a mile, several mornings I did 1 mile. So I did 2 miles, but it was interesting because a few hours after my walk, I was going up the stairs and I was like, wow, I just feel tired. And then I thought, oh, I'm tired from my walk, from my 2-mile walk, which that's interesting for me because I have been very athletic for my whole life. And so to walk 2 miles was never even something it wasn't a big deal for me. And now that I'm at a point where I have 100 pounds to lose and I'm recovering from surgery, and so I'm getting my body back, I'm snapping back, that is where 2 miles, it actually was something that afterwards I could feel it. And so that was interesting. But it's better to walk 2 miles and be tired during the day than to not walk 2 miles. And so when I realized it, I wasn't down. I was actually like, oh, it was just something I realized, and I went on with my day. But for breakfast, I had a chocolate banana smoothie at about 8 o'clock, and I had maca and lucuma in there. And lucuma, you know, it's a low glycemic sweetener. So it's a natural sweetener, it's a plant, and it makes your smoothies creamy. Remember we made the smoothie the other day, how creamy it was when I lifted up the spoon and showed you, and it was just yumminess. So that's what the lucuma does. So that's what I had for my smoothie. At about 10 o'clock, I had kale chips. We made kale chips, or I made kale chips yesterday. We made them several days ago, but I make them probably every 2 to 3 days. So I had kale chips that were left over from yesterday at about 10 o'clock, and they hit the spot. And at about noon, I took my lunch break at noon. I started work at 8, so I took my lunch break at noon, and I ran to the grocery store. Well, I drove. Didn't actually run. I drove to the grocery store. This is why. Yesterday, I decided I wanted pizza. We made pizza a couple days ago, and that was delicious. It was so good. So last night I was like, I want pizza. So last night I put in water 2 cups of cashews, 1 cup of almonds, and I let that sit overnight so that it could soak. Remember, we have to activate the enzyme, so I did that. This morning when I went to blend it, I realized that I didn't have the pulp for the carrots because I didn't have any carrots. So I did have a sweet potato. So I put 1 sweet potato, and let's say a medium to small sweet potato. So I blended that as well. I want to say 4 to 5 garlic cloves, about 10 leaves off of the fresh basil. You know, I have the fresh basil plant that I keep in my window. So I had about 10 leaves of that, and almost a whole tomato, about 3/4 of a tomato, and then about a cup of water. Remember, I make the dough in sections, so I blend some, put that in the bowl, then blend more, put that in the bowl. So through that process, I probably added about a cup of water. I just add it so that the blender will work. And so that's the main point of that. And so then I spread that onto the sheet. So today I made 2 sheets of pizza dough. Remember, the other day we just made 1. Today I made 2, so I was excited about that. And I'll tell you why, because the weekend is coming up. Actually, it's here. Today is Friday. And I look at Friday or the weekends as that's the time I want to have snacks and fun foods, especially Friday. And so I was like, I look at Friday as pizza day, and I want to take part in that. I want to be a part of pizza day. So I have pizza. I'm excited. If you hear a slight humming in the background, that's the dehydrator with the pizza in it. And so it should be ready probably in about 2 hours. It's been dehydrating all day. It's about probably 7:15 right now. So anyway, so that's what I did at lunch. I ran to go and get some items for my toppings for my pizza. So I bought a poblano pepper, I bought organic mushrooms, I bought organic garlic, and I have the basil at home. So those are the 4 toppings that I use. I already had the tomatoes for the tomato sauce. I had a little bit of the sauce left over from the other day when we made pizza. So that was my lunch break. At about 1 o'clock, I had a salad, so a large salad, and I put a full avocado on it. I put the drizzle as a salad. I actually used the drizzle and the honey lemon dressing. Remember the honey lemon dressing that we made last week or during the first week? I used that. I mixed the 2. And so that was my salad. Oh, I forgot to put nutritional yeast on it. I didn't need it. It was still delicious. Okay. So that was my salad at about 1 o'clock, and it probably took a few hours to eat that. It was a large salad. You know, the normal size bowls that come with when you buy plates and bowls and spoons. It's like twice the size of that bowl. So that was full. And so that was at about 1 o'clock. I nibbled that for the next couple of hours. So at 5 o'clock, the pizza dough was not ready. I checked it. However, one of the good things about raw food is it's always edible. We dehydrate because we're looking for a texture. When we add our seasonings in, that's to give us the taste of cooked food. When we dehydrate, it's to give us the texture. So although it wasn't yet done, it was edible. So I took some of my pizza dough and put it onto a plate. It took a little time because it wasn't ready, so it wasn't crisp yet. It wasn't like a nice crisp pizza crust, but I put it on there and I put the toppings on, the tomato sauce, the fresh basil, fresh garlic, poblano pepper, and mushrooms. Oh, yummy. Remember the mushrooms? I put in a little olive oil with basil in it and a little salt. And so I put that on top and had that at about 5 o'clock. So I did have to eat it with a fork because the pizza dough wasn't yet crisp, but it was ready to eat because it's raw. So that was delicious. And so here I am. I took a class. Every Friday I take a class. I'm taking a Spanish class right now. So I'm taking a Spanish class. So I took my class. It's 1 hour. And now I'm here. I wanted to check in, tell everyone how I'm feeling. And that's what I wanted to share. Kombucha tea, if you have not already tried it, this you can buy in your health food stores. A lot of regular grocery stores have it as well, but it is a mushroom that has been fermented. This is raw, and the mushroom you put in water, you add sugar, it sits for a few days and it ferments, and it is really good for you. And so I had some of this. I'm a water drinker. I love water. So like even when I'm not on a raw diet, 95% of what I drink is water. The other 5% is coffee. I love that, or tea, depending on what time of year it is. Sometimes during the year I just don't want coffee and I drink tea. But I'm a water drinker, so I've had a little bit. It doesn't mean that it's not good. It just means that I really prefer water. But I wanted to get kombucha because it's full of probiotics, and that's really good for you. So I did get some of this. I bought 2 today. I bought a ginger berry and a cranberry. My favorite is the grape, but they didn't have the grape. Be careful if you get it. The grape does have alcohol. It has a low alcohol content, but if you're someone who doesn't really drink much at all, then you can definitely feel the alcohol in it. And grapes, when you ferment them, it does have a little bit of alcohol in it, so just something to be mindful of. But if you get the other types, the gingerberry or the cranberry, those don't have the alcohol content. But so that's the kombucha, and you can make kombucha as well. I started making it one time, but it didn't work out. I'm going to try it again. I might tell you about the story about it not working out another time, but I just wanted to check in and tell you how I'm feeling today. And this is day 12. We have 5 months to go. We'll be here together. We'll learn a lot about each other. Those of you who've joined the weight loss camp, we have our weekly live classes where you get to ask questions. So every week we'll get to know more and more about each other. This is a journey. We're sharing it with each other. We're doing this together. And it's not a short journey. I mean, this is 100 pounds. I'm losing 100 pounds in 5 months. I know I've told you that I don't have patience when it comes to this. I don't want someone to tell me to lose a pound a week, and no. I am going to snap back my body. So to join the weight loss camp, again, go to my website, SnapBackBodyRaw.com. Get more information, sign up, join us. I'd love to have you. Bye. Until the next one.